So when it comes to you, you're not fooled very easily. You know, if someone says something to you that is clearly a lie, you're not exactly the type of person to just believe it. But judging by this dynamic that I'm going to explain today, I gotta tell you, you really gotta stay on your guard. Because as it says there, right, police raid barbers and vape shops suspected of being fronts for crime gangs. And it's something that we've seen over the last couple of months, right? But what I wanted to talk to you today about, right? So I was just speaking to my mate just outside. It was about 4:20 in the afternoon. And we were just sat there and he's just had his haircut, Turkish barbers. And we were just talking about how these people, they all say they come from Kurdistan. There's two things here, right? So they all say they come from Kurdistan. And they're all here to cut hair. And I just can't figure out if that's something to do with, like, the migration laws. Like, it's easier to get into the country and remain here if they say they come from Kurdistan as opposed to Afghanistan. I said to my mate, it's almost like there's just something in the water over in Kurdistan where they all want to be barbers. I just can't figure it out. Like, the ratio just makes no sense. And then you also think to yourself as well with the card machines, how they're all broken. Like, they never have the card machine working. And again, that's just like, it's such a statistical anomaly, isn't it? And like I said at the intro, when someone tells you something that is clearly false, you're not the type of person to believe it. Because for these people to all come from Kurdistan and all want to cut hair, they don't have a passion for it. But also the statistical anomaly that their card machine never works. And it's one of those things as well where, like, hopefully the government do crack down on it. Because they must be raking in cash at some serious level. I don't know where they've got it all stashed. But it's one of those things where, like, they would say, you know, we've cut 20 haircuts today. We've done 20 haircuts, when in reality they've done 40. So somewhere, like, it must be just hundreds of thousands just stored. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Turkish barbers out there that have got over £1 million in cash. I really would, like, you know, like networks and things like that. And it happens right under the noses of the government. But if you enjoyed this daily Clown World video, where we saw the statistical, these guys, they just want to cut hair, you know, they've dreamt of it their whole life. Go into villages in random parts of the UK to cut hair. It just makes no sense. Like, they can figure, like, let's face it, right? Cutting hair is, I can't do it, okay? I tried in lockdown. I looked awful. I did it once. It's terrible. I'm never doing it again, right? So it's kind of a specialist skill. So they can figure out how to cut hair. But card machine? Kurdistan Terry does not know how to use the card machine.
This country has gone crazy.